See that right there? Full gain, park, tone brake 7, recovery speed 10, 15 kilohertz, 6-inch coil. Been running it like that all day long. I've gotten a lot of killer freaking epic videos and epic finds today in the curb strips, in the school right here, in the park down the street. This machine is truly awesome for just a few $100, right? And I know that this machine will survive my abuse. If it can survive my abuse, it can sure the hell can take somebody else's, casual, general hunting, take it out every couple times a week. It should last many years without it breaking or failing, right? I test machines, man. I know a good machine when I see it. And this is an easy machine to use, right? Super simple, man. There's just not a lot of options, right? When all these guys want this iron bias and freaking all these extra modes and all these extra frequencies. And one of the things that's really important to me on a metal detector, probably the most important thing on a detector to me, is separation. I could give a freaking rat's ass about how deep a machine can go, or how they claim how deep a machine can go, or these test videos. Oh, mine can hit a freaking 14-inch freaking small little pellet, I could give a rat's ass out about that little teeny stuff super deep, because 90% of the time when you're going deep, you're having to dig a lot of iffy targets, and they're junk. Right? So you're spending a lot of time digging deep crap. And if you're going deep, you're probably in cleaner ground, right? If you get in a trashy spot there, if you get in a trashy spot like in a big open field, or around a picnic bench, or around a basketball court, or around a tot lot, or inside of a tot lot, you got to dig a lot of trash out. And when do you get the most good stuff? When you first get to a site. Are you going to be taking your big coil when you get to a big, really trashy site? No. If you do take a big coil, you'll understand. You bring a small coil in there and you get about 50 times more targets per hour, right? Than a humongous coil. Take the right size of coil. This detector has that 6-inch coil for it. And it's freaking deadly. It can go deep as I want, as deep as I want, because in the trashy spots, that's where you find the good stuff. You see me digging in a lot of trash, and I find some fairly good stuff. I'm not sure I'm not getting gold rings every day, because I don't hunt and I don't have some epic spots, because I hunt these spots so much. And not a lot of people are in these spots because it's rainy, in my area most of the year. But I'm telling you, I've brought in so many detectors where this Legend and the Deus 2 have been, and I've been getting so many more targets out that my other detectors have missed. I have super hot soil. Today, my soil was extreme hot, bright red soil, and it's wet. So when my soil is wet, it makes it very difficult to pinpoint, and the targets are always super iffy, right? A lot of times I'll flip my plug over and it's not even hitting anything, right? That's the way my soil is, right? Just detectors don't want to hit coins and plugs on or open holes, right? The nature of my hot soil. And this small coil here, I can tell how deep it is, kind of like the Deus machines, right? When I swing over a target, when I get an alerting tone, when I get a target tone, I want to swing over that thing, boom, boom, freaking dig it up right now, right? I don't want to have to wiggle, back my coil out, push my pinpoint button, rotate on, wiggle it, beep, beep, dig the thing up right now, right? Dig it up. That's how you learn. If you rely on your pinpoint button, you probably have way too big of a coil, or you're probably trying to push it too deep, right? You can tell how deep the target is with the Deus machine instantly. Right when I swing over a target, I know exactly how deep it is. I know what conductive metal it is. I know if it's a coin, a pull tab, a bottle cap. I know exactly what it is, and I know exactly where it is. I just dig it up right now. Three swings over it, bam, I'm digging it up, and it's out of the ground within 10 or 15 seconds, right? Or sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes a minute if it's a deeper target. But I can tell how deep and how big and what it is with the Deus 1. The Legend is very similar to that, right? I've connected with this Legend really fast. With the big coil, I struggle a little bit because it's so heavy. You know, I'm not digging out so many targets because it's such a heavy machine. You know, I'm not used to a 3-pound machine. I'm used to a 2-pound machine, and actually a lighter machine than that. And just smashing targets out like mad. And I've gotten this Legend to really hit on a lot of deeper targets, and I'm getting to learn that depth. And you know, the pinpointing is, I'm struggling a little bit with my pinpointing still, because I'm hunting in some really trashy spots, to tell you the truth. You want to hunt in the trash, but I could give a rat's ass about these big coils and these machines that claim to go frickin' 20 inches deep. You know, it's all about how it performs out in the field, and I'm showing you that. It's hard to explain how machines work. You can't convince a person how good a machine performs. You have to show them in real world environments, not on tests, not on elevated nail tests. Sure, yeah, some machines do really good on elevated nail tests, but do they perform well in hot soil? Do they perform well in EMI? Do they perform well in trash like foil, not just nails, just foil, pull tabs, nails, just all kinds of trash, mineralized soil, around big iron, you know, around concrete walls, around roots, you know? You can't replicate the real world, man. You may try to replicate the real world, like in a controlled environment, but you begin to know how to swing your coil, and you know what to expect out of that machine. You know what kind of response you're going to get from that machine. In the real world environment, you never know how your machine is going to respond on different days to that target. It can respond differently to that target every single day in the same program, the same exact settings, the same exact machine, right? So it's hard to compare machines because there's not really a lot of live dig videos out there comparing lots of hours of comparing just different targets, you know, on just different targets with different machines. And it's all the user, you know, what programs and what settings they prefer. You know, I'm liking 15 kilohertz because it's really stable in my soil. Other people might, with the Nokta Legend, with this 6-inch coil here, because it's really stable and it's performing just the way I want it. Actually better than what I ever expected. It's really surpassed my my thoughts about this detector. I was very skeptical about this detector at first, and I was very skeptical about the Deus 2, but I was clueless because I had never swung this machine. I had never swung these machines. I've never used them. I'd never even seen them before, actually, right? So you can't compare machines to each other unless you know those machines very, very well. And you can't really compare machines on a test, just on 1 or 2 or 3 tests, and just call it that, you know. That can't be your conclusive results. You have to take it out to the real world environment. And that's really hard to do, to carry around 2 detectors with you and to know 2 detectors really well. And everybody likes different tones, everybody likes different size coils. So they're hard to compare in that aspect too, because not all detectors have the exact same coil. So you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, right? And each machine you're putting in different frequencies, so it's hard to compare the machines, put them in the same frequencies, because they perform different. And you know, the Legend performs completely different than the Equinox in 15 kilohertz, in 60 tone and in 50 tone, right? They're just different machines, but they sound the same. It's hard to explain how good a metal detector is, or how it performs in different conditions, unless you put it in those real world conditions and you document that on video and show them, compare them together, and let people decide by themselves what really is a good fit for them. I don't really recommend machines to people because I don't know what they're going for. I don't know what kind of soil they're hunting in. I don't know if they're going to be hunting in different places than they're wanting to right now, like 5 years from now. You know, maybe 5 years from now you're growing as a metal detectorist, and you're getting more knowledge, and you want to go beyond what you know now. Maybe you want to hunt in the water, maybe you want to hunt in the iron, maybe you want to go to parks, maybe you want to do tot lots. Maybe you want to hunt around other people who have detectors that are running in multi-frequency. So it's just hard to test machines, and it's hard to document it. But I can just say for sure right now, this is a freaking amazing machine. And if you're not getting that from my live dig videos, you can, if you've watched my past videos, you can compare my swing speed and what I'm getting out of the ground and how fast I'm extracting these targets out to the other machines that I've had in the past, right? It's hard to watch all my videos. I have almost 4,000 videos on YouTube, but I make a lot of videos. On this camera, I've probably made 50,000 videos. I delete a lot of videos because a lot of times there's a little fingerprint on my lens, or water on my lens, or mud on my lens, or I get a phone call, or I'm not really getting very good stuff, or it's really noisy in the background. I have to delete those videos, right? I don't want to be posting a bunch of crappy videos to YouTube. I want my videos to have some useful information in them, and the useful information is the trash. It's very important to know what trashy targets sound like, because there's more trash out there than good stuff, right? You're not just going out there into these fields that have all coins, right? I don't want to know what a coin sounds like. I want to know what the trash sounds like, so I can reject that trash with my ear, not my detector. If you're rejecting trash, like through discrimination or notching, you're missing a lot of potential that your detector has, and you're just skipping it up, right? You're just skipping up the potential that your detector has, and you're skipping up really good targets, right? And you're skipping up that learning experience. You know, once you start digging out coins around nails, or coins underneath foil, or deep coins, or coins around iron, or really odd shaped targets, then you realize you can wrap your ear around that, and wrap your mind around that tone, and that, I guess the numbers, if you really want to look at your numbers. I don't look at my numbers on any of my machines, right? Metal detectors are tonal machines, right? If you're going by the numbers, you're spending a lot of time looking at your numbers, and you're not detecting, right? Everybody has their preferences, but I just don't look at my numbers. That's how I can get so many targets out, because I'm not worrying about what the metal detector is telling me with the numbers, right? I'm worrying about what the metal detector, I'm concentrating on what the metal detector is telling me with its tones, right? I'm listening very close. And it's tough for me to hear my targets a lot of times, because I don't wear headphones in a lot of my videos. With the Deus One, it's the only machine that I can do that with. I can have my speaker on the machine, and I can wear my headphones and hear them through my headphones at the same time. The Nokta Legend doesn't have that yet. I guess they might work on it. They may work on that, but that would make it so much easier for us YouTubers who want everybody. I want you guys to experience the tones. I want you guys to experience how many targets are within this certain area, right? And I want you guys to experience what the trashy tones are like. You guys might want to skip a lot of targets that I dig up, but I like digging the iffy targets, because It's a variation, you know, puts a little bit of variety in my day. And a lot of times those odd targets, odd shaped targets, or those iffy tones are coins on edge, rings on edge, odd shaped jewelry, and relics, right? Or they could be something in iron or around a root, you know. Trees have roots. Concrete has steel in it. Tot lots have iron in them. You're not going to get the best tones around those spots that have a lot of roots and iron. This metal detector is freaking absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, man. I've had another really good day. I've had many good days with this Nokta Legend. I struggle with it a couple days there with the big coil, but I don't like big coils anyway. Like I said, I can give a rat's ass about depth. I want separation. Number one priority for a metal detector. It's got to be able to separate and get targets out right freaking now, right? If I'm struggling there for 30 seconds swinging over a target, looking at my numbers, that's way boring for you guys, man. I do not want to put you guys through those boring videos, right? It's the tones, man. It's the tones. Metal detectors are tonal machines. They always have been, and they always will be. There will not be a metal detector that'll just only get out gold rings or just coins, right? Because there's coins hiding in the ground that are next to iron in the roots that are not going to sound like a coin, right? Especially in my hot soil here. Coins just don't sound like coins some days. You never know what you're going to dig out of the ground. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.